Welcome to our channel. This is a story of love, responsibility and sacrifice. The shoes here stand as symbol of love, responsibility and sacrifice. Through a simple pair of own shoes, this story reveals the silent struggles a father carries to build his children's future. This is deeply emotional and motivational story. The story begins now. The child narrates the story. The child says, "My father's shoes were not fashionable, they were not shiny, yet they stood near the door every day like silent soldiers who never complained, never rested, never failed their duty." As a child, I thought that success looked like clean clothes, fast bikes, and people noticing you, while my father's shoes quietly taught that real success looks ordinary and unnoticed. Those shoes had cracks, faded color, and soles worn thin by countless journeys, but they never missed a day of work, unlike my excuses to avoid homework. Every morning before the alarm clock rang, those shoes were already awake, waiting patiently for another long day of responsibility. I used to wonder why my father never bought new shoes, not realizing that priorities change when mouths to feed are more important than feet to decorate. To me, shoes were about style. To him, shoes were about survival. Once, out of curiosity and mischief, I slipped my feet into his shoes, expecting to feel grown up instantly. But instead, I felt trapped and uncomfortable. They were heavy, stiff, and clearly not designed for playful running or childish shortcuts. I laughed, took them off quickly, and joked that these shoes were made for suffering, not for walking. My father heard me and smiled quietly because wisdom does not rush to argue with ignorance. Years passed and life slowly began changing. The questions I asked and the answers I needed. School ended, dreams grew bigger, and suddenly world expected results instead of excuses. The comfort of being taken care of disappeared quietly without any announcement. Responsibilities entered my life the same way. My father's shoes entered his early, silently and permanently. One rushed morning, my own shoes broke, as if it had decided that today was the perfect day to teach me humility. With no time to fix it, my eyes fell again on my father's shoes, still waiting near the door, loyal as ever. This time I wore them not as a joke, but as a necessity. They still felt heavy, but something inside me felt different. The discomfort no longer annoyed me. Instead, it made sense. Life had finally given me enough responsibility to understand those shoes. Each step I took felt slower, but strangely more stable. I realized my father never rushed because falling was never an option when others depended on him. Those shoes had walked through tired mornings, stressful evenings, and countless worries that were never spoken aloud. They carried the weight of unpaid bills, school fees, medical expenses, and silent hopes. My father never complained about pressure, but those shoes carried it daily. Suddenly, I understood that real strength is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet, consistent, and reliable. The world praises talent but survives on responsibility. Those shoes had walked paths I never noticed because comfort had blinded me. For the first time, I felt respect, not forced by words, but earned through understanding. I realized that my father did not walk for himself. He walked so we could sleep peacefully. He walked so our future could be lighter than his present. Dreams are easy to chase when someone else is paying the cost. Those dreams had postponed his dreams so ours could start early. That realization did not weaken me, it strengthened me because true motivation is not emotional tears but emotional responsibility. I understood that sacrifice is not about suffering loudly but choosing others silently. Those shoes taught me that success comes from consistency, not visibility. From that day, life looked different. I stopped complaining about long hours and short rewards. I understood that everyone walks in different shoes. Those shoes taught patience better than any lecture. As time passed, I bought my own shoes, new and comfortable. They looked better, felt lighter, and suited my style. But none of them taught me life the way my father's shoes did. My eyes fell on my father's old pair. They were still near the door. Same place, same silence, same patience, waiting like they always had. I realized something important that day. My father did not walk because he enjoyed walking. He walked because stopping was not an option. Those shoes carried long days and short nights. They carried postponed dreams and adjusted expectations. They carried love disguised as duty. For the first time, I stopped laughing at those shoes. Respect replaced humor, gratitude replaced judgment. I began to see my father differently, not as someone who lacked ambition, but as someone who redirected it. He chose stability over applause. That choice built a foundation I could stand on. Sacrifice, I learned, is not loss, it is investment. In those shoes, I understood that motivation is quiet. It does not shout. It moves steadily even when tired. I realized that life rewards consistency more than talent. When I removed those shoes later that day, I did not feel relief, I felt respect. My father never trained me with words, life trained me using his example. Those shoes taught me that progress does not need to be fast, it needs to be steady. They taught me that real success looks ordinary from the outside. By the time I placed those shoes back near the door, I was no longer the same person who had laughed at them years ago. I had not just owned my father's shoes, I had stepped into his understanding. And for the first time, I felt ready to carry my own weight without running away. That is motivation, that is love, and that is why I walk with purpose today. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.